Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising, here is your tarot reading for the week ahead. If you're returning to the channel, a big warm hello again, and if you're new to the channel, well, welcome. These are Tarotscopes, weekly Tarotscopes exploring the energies for the week ahead based on your star sign, moon sign and rising sign. If you're not sure of all of those three, then you can check the pinned comment below with instruction of how to do that and how to sign up to email notifications so you never miss one of these readings again. As ever, please take what's helpful, leave what isn't. The tarot is always meant to inspire and reassure rather than dictate. When I laid your cards this week, Capricorn, I was this phrase sprung to mind of, well, we're kind of here, there, and everywhere at the moment. It's not necessarily a bad thing. For many of the star signs this week, as we're in the throes of Pisces season, they're going to feel a little unsure-footed, not entirely sure as to where they go. There's a little bit of rising anxiety that is being felt both on a local level and on a collective level, and this is no exception. However, you are probably navigating some of those challenges a little better than some of your other stars, some of the other star signs. The one that has been able to manage and navigate these processes the best so far is Virgo, your other earth sign. So there's some crossovers and similarities here, particularly as you both have the King of Wands, which I'll explain a little bit in a moment. But what I would encourage you to do is go and check out the Virgo video, because that will give you some really helpful insights as to, okay, maybe I need to be a little bit more like that, or there's some really helpful nuggets there of how to best circumnavigate some of these challenges. We have the Six of Swords, the Lord of Abandoned Success. That title is perhaps a little more stark than it necessarily means. The Six of Swords, I often see this passage of leaving behind what no longer is working, or wanting to move towards calmer waters, wanting a point of respite, not wanting these challenges. The first kind of 6 weeks of the year, give or take, may have come with its challenges, may have come with its demands, and there's a feeling here of wanting to get to the other shore, just as we see with these rocky waters and these smooth waters. And these rocky waters are highlighting or reflecting very much what I've been speaking about, of this Pisces energy leaving many of us feeling very, very ungrounded. And there's just a kind of sense of, oh, I want this to be over with. The issue is that arises from that is that we can sometimes live in this headspace of, I just need to get through the next week, or I just need to get through the next 3 weeks, or I just need to get to this point, or I just need to turn this corner and then everything will be fine. And as we well know, actually, once we've got through these 3 weeks, there are other challenges and demands at the other afterwards. Now, that isn't to make you feel downhearted by any means. It's more just so that you become aware of this reality of, well, things are always going to be in some ways challenging. There are always going to be demands. There are always going to be responsibilities, and that's not in this Sisyphus kind of concept of where you only just push the boulder right up to the top of the hill and then rolls down again, but rather ensuring that you find the enjoyment and pleasure in what you're doing now. This sense of nowness, this sense of mindfulness in what you're doing, rather than getting into this false mindset of, it will be fine once this is over, because, as I said, there's like to be another thing that may be annoying or frustrating, or yes, there will be hopefully joyous times ahead as well. But if we're always waiting to hit calmer waters, it can actually adversely take the pleasure out of what it is we're doing. So I would really recommend more of leaning into, well, how can I find gratitude, pleasure and surrender in what I'm doing now, rather than wishing that things were necessarily different. The next card that we have is the Eight of Wands in reverse. It's the Lord of Swiftness in reverse. And part of why I said, well, we may feel that we're here, there, and everywhere is because at the end of the reading, you've got the Chariot card. So there is certainly this contrast between movement and stillness, movement and stillness, movement and stillness. And that may just be part of what is exacerbating this feeling of wanting to hit calmer waters. And this well, not even topsy-turvy, but this kind of dichotomy, I suppose, between, oh, I wish I could just be given a break, and, well, I just want things to kind of move ahead. Oh, but I just want some quiet. Actually, I need some activity. I need to kind of get on with this. And that push and pull happening, particularly as this kind of due diligent and hard-working energy that you embody, Capricorn, that's going to be at times a little bit more challenging as well. The Eight of Wands seems to indicate here slight halts. I believe that the Chariot card came out for Cancer, I believe. It may be worth checking out their video, because this similar theme around almost having the brakes been put on at particular times is coming through as well. Whether that's brakes that you need to put on for yourself, actually, do I need to slow down? Do I need to kind of bring more of a pace to things? Or if that's more to do with feeling as though the brakes are being put on, but I want to move ahead with things. I want to get things really moving, but for whatever reason, they're not. And part of the suggestion around this, well, before I come to the solution, I just want to also point out another kind of quote unquote problem is that we have the Strength card reversed here. So again, you may be feeling a little bit worn out. You're not on your own by any means. We had the Queen of Wands in reversed for one of the star signs, I think, again, Pisces. I'm pretty sure it was Pisces. And it's just talking about feeling as though we don't necessarily have much in the tank, or feeling a little bit tired, or feeling, oh, I don't know if I've got the resolve and the perseverance to keep pushing forward within this. The big reminder and the big solution is found in that card that I mentioned right at the beginning, and it's the King of Wands, that card that appeared in Virgo's reading. And the King of Wands is that energy that is able to keep the eyes on the prize and keep their eyes fixed on the horizon, and ultimately remind themselves, what am I doing this for? What am I aiming for? Where am I going? You know, sometimes even with these Tarotscopes, they're challenging. They take a lot of time, they take a lot of resolve, and in the throes of filming, it can feel a bit frustrating. I'm going to be completely honest. But I have to remind myself, well, why am I doing this? What is the end goal? What is the purpose of these? And that, using that as something that will reinvigorate, that will inspire, that will make you sit up again and go, no, I've got this. It's fine. I'm gonna dig my heels in again. And that would very much indicate and explain why these stop-start energies coming through, because the need for you to give yourself a bit of a pep talk, or maybe it's about bringing yourself in the company of somebody that really lifts you up and gives you a pep talk, or whatever it is you do that helps you feel inspired. Sometimes that's about watching great leaders or great teachers, or whatever it may be that is going to encourage you to keep moving forward, because at this particular point in your venture, you may be feeling, not that you want to give up, but you may be feeling, oh, why isn't this easier than it is? And there's that old adage, isn't there? If it was easy, then everybody would be doing it. And as ever, I'm really encouraging people to check out their moon signs at the moment, in particular, partly because the moon card is ruled by Pisces, but also because there's a lot going on internally this week. And the moon card, the moon sign very much reflects that. If you're not sure how to do that, as I mentioned at the beginning, check the pinned comment below. Does this reading resonate? I would love to know, so let me know in the comments below. But until next week, bye for then. Bye for now.